Welcome back to a small update video. Again, as always, I am using the fractal theory. Explanation video for this I will link at the end of the video. Today, again, no AMC and GME update. Why? Because we didn't do anything yesterday. Yeah. If you're interested, the video from Friday last week is one-to-one, still the same tracking, and I won't talk the same bullshit again just to get views, just to say that. Okay, then let's jump into BYND. One little thing before we start with BYND, because I got a few messages that, especially for FFAI, that I am changing my mind. Yeah, I try to explain that really today as simple as possible what the fractal theory is. Yeah, in pictures. Yeah. You have to imagine the stock market is a dungeon, the big monster, whatever. The fractal theory is the little goblin. This goblin is showing you the bullish or the bearish way. This little goblin gives a shit about sentiment. It's not your friend. It's also not your enemy. Yeah? But this goblin, if certain levels are broken and you are trying to fight it, will kill you. Yeah? If we break in the fractal theory, and I try to show in every single stock I present the bullish version and the bearish alternative, or the other way around, we have always a certain breaking point to the upside and to the downside. If this level is broken, doesn't matter in which direction, and you play against it, yeah, it will kill you. Yeah, that's why for FFAI, for example, yeah, because it's important for BYND too. For FFAI, we had the level of 20 cents. And I said, always, in every single video, if we break 20 cents, it will be fucking bad. And it will be over for this play. And we will knife. Well, since we broke it, we went down 23%. And I still think that's not everything. Yeah? And I think they will have to do a reverse play. Yeah? That's why. It's no financial advice. But for my tracking, if we're breaking levels, I have to change to the bearish or the bullish version. This also can go in the other direction. If we are bearish on the stock and it's breaking levels to the upside, if you still think, no, that's not a problem, it will kill you. Just saying. Yeah, I'm not changing my mind on stocks, except the tracking is wrong. Yeah, perfect example, DGT. Yeah, when I really have to change my tracking. Otherwise, we have a bullish, we have a bearish version. We have always two important levels. Yeah, if we break these levels, it changes to bullish, to bearish, or the other way around. Just saying. Okay. For BYND, for the big update, yeah, I will link the roadmap video at the end. Today we will just look what we have done yesterday. And at least one version died yesterday, the absolutely bullish version, where this here was our little higher low. Yeah? And also here, you see it perfectly. Yeah? In the moment we broke this higher low, what did we get? We got the knife. Yeah, especially if this landmark is a T. If you break the level where it started, you knife. Yeah, it's quite in every single stock the same thing. So, is this bad? Not yet. That's still okay. We start with the bearish version first because it's the quickest one. Yeah. For the bearish version, we are not allowed to touch or break 57 cents. Yeah, not allowed, not even touching, not even with a 1 second wick. Doesn't matter. If we do this, our bigger higher low is dying and becomes T. If this bigger higher low is dying, you will knife. The whole house of cards is breaking, myth breaking 57 cents. If you do that, you will, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, no financial advice, break all-time low from October. If you break all-time low from October, our macro higher low, the last higher low before we go, is dead because we broke it and would become T. And then you will really go down. And BYND already voted for a reverse split. If we do that, you will get one. Even if not, let's say we're not doing a reverse split. Somewhere down here, you will get a V. Problem here is it took us from this V to this point 266 days for the higher low. And this here was our, or is now our V. If we break that, this is our V, then we still have to do the macro higher low. This will at least take till end of year or next year. And then we can track it. Just saying. And again, the big danger that there will be a reverse split. Yeah? Good. That was the bearish version. Now, to the only thing we are interested in, the two bullish versions. First, can we drop lower? It's Tuesday. Yeah. Most of the big moves, 90-95% of the big moves for BYND was Friday, Monday. So we have to do something till then. So yeah, we could fall lower. Yeah. As long as we're not touching 57 cents, it's okay. And to make it clear, we want a higher low. Yeah. That means also 58 cents would be still okay. I wouldn't really like it. Really. I hate it to come that close. Technically, it's possible. If not, I mean, if you track this T, we have our C, our L, our M, our T. It looks perfect. Yeah. So I think we have a good chance that this here, yesterday, was our V. Yeah. And to make that clear, I was looking for 61 cents. We bounced yesterday at 62. Let's see if this holding or if we really need 61. Let's see. But what I would expect for at least till Friday is whatever we are doing, we need a little higher low. Again, I know. Just a little higher low. And I would say if we're holding 57 cents, I see a good chance that we finally getting a reversal next week. To make it absolutely clear for the conclusion, I'm still bearish, still, because we are still under 84 cents. I want to see 84 cents, a break over 84, a break over 84 cents to be bullish again. To make it absolutely clear, I'm still have my position. Yeah, I now just made the stop loss at 57 cents. End of story. Yeah, nothing over it anymore or under it. 57 cents, and I personally am out. But sadly, since June, we are in this no man's land. We have to get out of it. And I think we will get in the next 2 weeks an answer. If it's a break through the heavens door or if we die. Yeah. I don't see BYND going sideways forever. Yeah. We have to get an answer. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's everything. Good. Next one, NIO. Not much change except one little thing. For the tracking for NIO, I was tracking this version here. Is this version here. Yeah. My mistake, to make that transparent, was that I thought we were already up here. Yeah. With this big drop we did in the last weeks, it's not possible that we are up here. The only bullish version we still have is that we finished this higher low here, what I'm talking about, this higher low here. And in the best case, we are in front of this little gap up. Yeah. Why I'm thinking that? I mean, you can watch the big update videos for this, but all in all, we had our V, our higher low, breakout retest. Also with a perfect 618. The same thing we did here. We did our V, our higher low, breakout retest, and also we did here a 618. Yeah. And of course the M and the T, everything the same. If you're bullish. Now we also got news. Yeah. Because Goldman Sachs, I think it was yesterday or today, said their new price target is $7. Yeah, that would be here. If we do this, we are right in the breakout, in my opinion. Yeah. If we do the $7 thing, we could be maybe already in this candle already here. Yeah. If we really going to $7, yeah, for the bullish levels, in my opinion, it's already perfect bullish if we break $6.28, $6.28. But if we break over $7.05, forget it. We fucking going. Yeah. What do I mean with we are fucking going? In that case, yeah. If we are right now here, this is our end of year next year run. Yeah. And to make that absolutely clear, from this point, from 2019 to this point, it took us 187 days. From our V now to our point right now, we are at 464 days, so quite more, a little bit more like double. From this point to this point, it took us 300 days. So if we're doing now the same, this is bringing us into next summer. Yeah, or next, how do you call that? May, April thing. Yeah, but the thing is, first of all, this is a 3000% run. And what we are looking for, no financial advice, but what we are looking for is something like this. Yeah. I mean, okay, it's not something, and I could be wrong. Maybe we're doing this not this year. Yeah, absolutely possible. But if someone is telling me 3000% in 300 days is not quick enough and is bad, okay, I can't help you. Sorry. Yeah. And to make it clear, my price target for at least 15, 16 was for this June. We didn't do it. Yeah. We are way too slow. But from the first video on NIO, I said always, this year are YOLOs. Yeah, my main position is January for 15, 16. Everything closer to that is YOLO. And I mean, we had $5. You could even play just shares. No financial advice. But our price target, if bullish is right, is at least over $67. At least, because we have to go over the C. And it should be very vertical, just saying. So for levels, everything over 627, bullish. Everything over $7 is confirmation for me. For the bearish alternative, we are not, same like BYND, we are not allowed to touch or break $4.38. Yeah, not allowed to do that. If we do that, this was just M, and this here was T. In that case, we will go down. To where? Well, I already looked at that. Our target is something under $2.08, under this A. Yeah. So this would be our T, and we would do this. Then we have to do high, low, and so on and so on. And for macro position, yeah, we would be something in here. It should be a fucking quick knife. Yeah. Only positive thing about this is I don't think BYYND NIO is going bankrupt. And I also don't think we're doing a reverse spread because we are clearly over over $1. But 60% down is still something which will hurt. Yeah. So as long as we're staying over $4.39, great. Under that, that is my stop loss. Just saying. Yeah, because it would take more time. Also, this move is, I think, easily bringing us into next year before we start with this again. Yeah. For the conclusion, I still have my position, my Januaries, of course. I'm still bullish. Yeah, nothing changed as long as we're not breaking $4.38. Okay. Next one, VIX. Volatility index. Again, very short. VIX up means SPY down. VIX down means SPY up. Volatility index. And I already updated this on the homepage. We had our peak here in August 2024, lower high midpoint. And this midpoint for the bearish version is still not finished. But I have to agree, especially yesterday, even for me, this happens sometimes, that especially for VIX, that I see the landmarks on VIX. Sometimes I look at them way too close. What do I mean with that? What I showed on Sunday were two versions, a bullish and a bearish one. Yeah. For the bearish one, which would mean bullish for the market, we had it like this. Yeah. And that we would drop more. Yeah. And then we got yesterday this fucking rip. Yeah. Then we had the alternative, okay, then this could be the T, and so on and so on. And then I really start just, how do you call it? Falling over my own feet because I was way too close looking. Yeah. So, first, the bearish version for VIX. Bearish version for VIX, I think we will get an answer today with the volatility target in front of the stock market, with inflation data. Yeah. We could already have made our little M, and I'm talking, to make it clear, this is micro tracking. Yeah. This is our main tracking. And this little thing here is just a little M of just this T. Yeah. Only of this thing. But somewhere in here for the bearish tracking, if not this is it already, this is our M. How would that look like? In that case, something like this or this, going down, going up, finding our V. Yeah, that would mean yesterday was the end of the pullback for SPY. I will show that in a second too. And everything is still fine. The alternative, which is still there, which I already showed on Sunday, was that this M is finished with the drop on Friday, and this was a V. In that case, we will go up. Yeah. The only question is, are we doing a T under this level? Somewhere in here. This would still be a big drop for SPY, just saying. Or the absolutely bearish version is VIX breaking over this M. Then something in my tracking is wrong, but doesn't matter. This is a market correction if we do that. To make that absolutely clear. I would still, I have to say, I could be wrong. I still leaning to we are still bullish on SPY, still bearish on VIX. Let's see. So let's look that up, of course, SPY. This is still our bullish version. That means VIX is bearish. Yeah. That means these candles, which are only there on SPY, not on futures, not on SPX, not on QQ, not on IWM, are fake. This was our A, our little A, with a wonderful 0.5 pullback. This pullback yesterday was little B, and that means today, yeah, we going up. Yeah. For levels to the upside, I would even say anything over 753, 740, no financial advice, is confirmation that we go up the rest of the week. Now to the bearish version. I already said on Sunday, what we are not allowed to do is to reject 756. And we kind of did that yesterday. There's not a confirmation there yet, but it was a rejection. Also, if we're looking at this wedge here, we have this simple problem. We rejected it at an important level here. We break under it again. Today, we came up to it again and rejected it again. That's why I am saying I want to be bullish. I want to break this today. If we're going down here, this was a breakdown retest. That would be fucking bad. Yeah? For levels, the easiest answer to this is, because this here would be our A and this would be our B. If you fall, in my opinion, no financial advice, under 742, this can't be B anymore. B can't fall under the 786. And then you will go down and VIX will fucking go bullish. Yeah. And how would that look like? Well, in that case, you have your L. This would be M. That would mean down. These candles would be right. Why ever they would be there, you have to go under 716. You will come up. Most likely you will retest this trend here. So 741-ish. This would be then your T. And then you will fall to 680, 690, 670. This is a market correction. Yeah. And I think the decision, if we do that, will be maybe already today or at least this week. Yeah. I would still lean more to the bullish version, but again, for me personally, I don't care. I play both sides. But for me personally, and please don't follow me. Yeah. Especially because in SPY, it could change very quickly, but I get fucking bearish if you break 742 or 742.81 cents. If we do that, I go short. Yeah. And also, that doesn't mean anything for our stocks. Yeah. Because we saw so many times that SPY is red, but our stocks go up, or SPY is green and our stocks go down. Yeah? Most of them have no synchronization to SPY. Yeah? So that is, this tracking right now is only for SPY. Yeah? So let's see. We'll get interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Was a shorter video. Yeah. But nothing changed. Yeah. On either of our tracking, nothing changed. Yeah. And for AMC and GME, we have to wait. Yeah. Still the tracking from Friday. Yeah. And again, I'm not showing videos for clicks, so I'm not repeating myself. As always, tutorial video here, playlist here, big roadmap video back here. If you liked it, you can leave a like. If you want to see more, leave an abo. And we will see us this week there. So let's see what we get today.